Hey guys, I have all of the Ground Advantage shipping supplies now, so I want to show you. There's 5 options, and let's start with Ground Advantage Box 1. Okay, Ground Advantage Box 1. So it actually says on it, don't know if you can see that, but right there, GA Box 1. So the measurements are 12¼ by 12 inches by 8½ inches. So that is this box. Let me show you what it looks like when it's actually in the shape of a box. So I think this is the same exact size as the boxes that they had before for, well, the boxes they have for priority. I think it was just called their large box. I think it's the same size as that. And then they only have one other size box option, at least right now. I'm hoping they get more options. I mean, honestly, for me, what they have right now is plenty for me, but I know a lot of other people like to have the variety. Okay, so on to Ground Advantage Box 2. This is 14 7/8 of an inch by 7 3/8. Am I saying this right? 7 3/8 of an inch by 5¼ inches. So yeah, GA box number 2, and this is what I would call a shoe box. It's actually for priority. They also have this box, and I think it was called the shoe box. So it's like, or excuse me, it is. I keep thinking priority just like went away. It did not. But it is, I believe they call the shoe box. One thing about this is it doesn't. Do you see that? Like there is a hole there. And it doesn't matter which way you fold it, there's gonna be an opening, so just make sure you tape that up pretty well. And it is on both sides. But yeah, this fits most shoes unless it's like bigger boots or something. Okay, then we have Ground Advantage Padded Poly Envelope 1. I gotta figure out what that is. Okay, so that is this bad boy. So GAENV, what? 1. Right here. Okay, yeah, that's why I was confused. There's definitely a typo on the chart that they emailed us, or where did I even get this? Actually, it was on the Poshmark app. So it says it's 2½ inches by 9½ inches. It's not. It says here 12½ inches by 9½ inches. So they just missed a 1 there. So yeah, this is a great size. I've used several of these already. It is padded with like the bubble padding inside. So that is this, and I'm sure most of you know, but these are all free supplies. We'll get to that in this. Well, we might as well get to it now. You do have to order these currently through either an email address or a phone number, and I will put that up here right now. It was in one of my last videos also, but you can't currently order them online like you could priority, or like you can with priority supplies. I'm assuming eventually they'll have them on their website, but not at the moment. And you do actually have to give them your Poshmark closet name in order to order them. So yeah, I just ordered some of every size. Okay, this is number 2. This is Ground Advantage Paper Cushion Mailer 2. Okay, there's some things that don't quite line up on on the chart that they gave us. Yep. Okay, love that. I mean, I know it's all new. Maybe they didn't know for sure. I just don't like the inconsistencies, and just it just all feels so rushed, but it is what it is. Okay, so this is actually backwards. If maybe they put out a new chart since then, but I have this little, you can't see it. Anyway, I have a little chart, and the envelope 3 and the mail cushion mailer 2 are, the dimensions are backwards. So we'll start with number 2. So this says GA envelope 2. that it is 14.5 by 20 inches. The chart they have says it's 14 by 17, so that is false. Anyway, it looks like this. This is huge. I don't know if you can tell like how big this is. It's massive. Like, this is what I ship a lot of my stuff out in, is like I'll put this inside the poly mailer. So I fit like shirts. I can even fit jeans in just like a gallon bag. So I guess it's not as big as I thought, but like it's pretty big. But this is like heavy duty for all of this Ground Advantage stuff. It's supposed to be like cheaper to ship in and stuff, but the supplies, maybe they're gonna change them, but they are all like heavy duty. The boxes seem like better quality for sure than the Priority. They're just like thicker, which does make them heavier, so you have to keep that in mind. My friend actually weighed one of the boxes. I think it was the bigger box, and it was like almost a pound. It's almost a pound for this. Like, it is heavy. Actually, I can find the picture she sent me. Yeah, so that box is 12.9 ounces for that bigger box. So when you're trying to keep it under 5 pounds, that's a concern. So keep that in mind. But it is like very durable and heavy duty, but like it's heavy. So yeah, this is just like a really thick, it's kind of like craft paper, but really thick. So also pretty heavy duty. Okay, and then the last one. So it says it's the Ground Advantage Envelope 3. Yeah, so it's just backwards. Okay, Ground Advantage Envelope 3. It's like the poly mailer. It is 14.5 by 17 inches. The chart says 14.5. What did I just say? I don't know what I said, but it's 14 by 17 inches. And the chart says that it's supposed to be 14.5 by 20. So don't go by what they sent you. Anyway, okay, so this is amazing. This is what I'm going to use for most of my orders. This is, I'm assuming, like, you know, the equivalent, or supposed to be the equivalent of the Tyvek bags that they have for priority mail. But it's a poly mailer material, like very great quality, like thick material, and it's huge. It is bigger than the Tyvek bags. This is fantastic. I thought we would be getting like lower quality supplies, and like I said, maybe they're gonna change them. I don't know, but yeah, it's fantastic. I used to buy poly mailers like this exact size, and that's what I used to ship like coats and bigger like sweaters and stuff, and most of my live show orders. Here, let me get one out. So this, like, I would buy these off of Amazon and ship most of my live show orders, anything bigger, and this, I'm gonna hold it up, but I'm pretty sure it's the same exact size. Okay, maybe like maybe an inch shorter. But yeah, I don't have to buy these anymore, so that's saving me some money. That's great. Yeah, just for reference, this is like a regular size poly mailer. I don't have the dimensions on me, but it's just like a regular size, maybe a little on the smaller side, but yeah, it's like half the size. This is massive. So yeah, there's pros and cons to this switch over, but the supplies are great. And of course, you can use whatever boxes you guys have, like sitting around the house. Just try to cover up any barcodes that are showing, and just make sure they are not priority mail boxes anymore. And we will get into that in just a second. I'm gonna tell you guys some crazy things that I've seen happening with the new shipping stuff going on. But first, I want to tell you guys about something that I have been using for years now. It's called Sidekick Tools. It used to be called Posh Sidekick. So if you remember me talking about that, it's the same thing. They just now cross-list, and so they use different apps, so they changed the name to just Sidekick Tools. So it's what I use to share my closet, send offers to likers. It does a little bit of everything. It relists for you too. It has relisted 4 of my items today, and you can set that to whatever you want. I just have it set to, I don't know what I have it set to, but it's like a really low number. You can cross list on it. I only sell on Poshmark. I occasionally sell things on eBay. I've considered selling on eBay, but I want to wait until after I have this baby. It's just not for me right now, but it's there for you if you guys want to use it to cross list. You can cross list to Mercari, eBay, Depop, Grailed, I don't even know what that is, Vinted, Etsy, Shopify, whatnot. I don't know half of these apps. I'm a Poshmark girl. It shared my closet 3,000 times. Not shared my closet 3,000. It shared 3,000 of my items today. But yeah, it's pretty great. I don't have to think about it at all. It just does everything for me. If you guys are manually sharing your closet, please stop. Like, I know you have to pay for this service, but it is so worth it. Like, just get those hours back of your life. And if you aren't spending hours sharing, then you probably aren't sharing enough. So just let this app share your closet for you. I literally don't have to think about it, and it's the best thing. And I just make sales. It shares my stuff, it puts my stuff out there, it sends the offers to the likers, and boom, I make sales. Like, I don't have to do any of that. From time of listing to selling, I don't have to do anything. There's a bunch of stuff that it does, but yeah, I mostly use it just for sharing and offers. You can run silent, not regular live shows, but silent live shows on it. You can do so many things. Anyway, check it out. I have a code that you guys can use to get a free trial and to get a discount. The code is 167065. So use that code, sign up for the free trial, see if you like it. You can always cancel if you don't like it, but you'll probably like it. If you made it to this point, then you might be a regular viewer and you might care that I am 26 weeks pregnant now. So let me show you the bump. Here he is, our second boy. He moves like crazy all the time, mostly when I'm trying to sleep. I think we have a name picked out, but I don't know. I'm pretty sure. So with the Ground Advantage, it is cheaper. Yay, love that. It's supposed to take like a couple more days to get to your customer than priority mail, but honestly, it hasn't really seemed like it's taken much longer. I actually feel like things are going, like, shipping so fast, like, or being delivered so fast, like, this week. Except for if you live in Alaska. We'll get to that in a second. More importantly, make sure that you guys are using these supplies, or like I said, your own polymailers, your own boxes. Do not use the priority mail stuff anymore. So it's October 2nd currently at night. So basically October 3rd. And so by the time I get this video up, it probably won't matter, but I think it was Poshmark said that we could still use priority shipping supplies until it was like October 5th, I want to say, sometime very soon. Okay. So people were doing that because they were told to. They said that was fine because they made the switch over so fast, and you know, so they gave us a month to use them. So I'm in these like Poshmark Facebook groups. I've joined like several of them now. They're fantastic. If you have Facebook, you need to be joining these groups because first of all, there's like hilarious stories, but also there's great like updates and stuff that people share. So if I can post a picture of this, I will, if I can do it without showing any names or anything. But there was a girl who, she's a reseller on Poshmark, but she bought something on Poshmark, and the person who sent it to her sent it in a priority shipping, either box or polymailers. I think it was a box. It got stuck at her. It went through the seller's post office just fine, it got stuck at the buyer's post office, and she had to go to the she got like a notification she had to go to the post office to go get it. So she goes to pick it up. They wanted I gotta find it. They wanted $20 something for her to pick it up. She could not get it unless she paid an extra here it is, $21.05, because it says the packaging was wrong. It was in a priority box and she needed to pay for more postage or return it to the sender. Like, she was literally doing what she was told. So anyway, that's interesting. It seems like, I mean, just it just depends on the post office. Like, how are all of these postal workers supposed to know what Poshmark is doing? Like, that Poshmark gave us 1 month to use priority mail, even though the dang shipping label says ground advantage. So yeah, and then my mother-in-law actually has been selling on Poshmark. I got her started on it, and I told her it was literally the day that she made her first sales, the day that they made the announcement for the switchover. So she went to drop a package off at the post office, and she was talking to them about it, and asked, like, she didn't know, but she asked if they happened to have any ground advantage supplies. And they were like, oh, we don't have they don't make ground advantage supplies. First of all, they don't even know that. Yes, they do. You have to order them, but the post offices don't know. But they told her that she can keep using, now this is a small town Indiana post office, but they told her that she can keep using priority boxes until that post office runs out. No, you can't. I guess they've been getting returns of all these priority boxes, and they normally don't have them in stock. And she said, you can use them until we run out of them. No, you can't. Because stuff like that happens, or the $21 thing, or Poshmark said after that date, October 5th or whatever, Poshmark is going to start charging $5 for every order that you ship with priority mail. Anyway, so basically, don't listen to your post office. They're not going to know. Everyone's on different pages. And how are they supposed to know? So it's frustrating. And it doesn't really affect me because, like, I know what's going on, but I'm just frustrated. Like, just the disorganization and just how this was all rolled out too fast. And then another issue that I also saw in this Facebook group, a seller in Alaska who, she said she was this Poshmark was her full-time job. She didn't realize couldn't figure out why her orders were not like tracking past Anchorage, Alaska. She ended up finding out she had like 30 packages stuck in Anchorage for like a week or two. Turns out, I guess priority, I don't know, it must have been flown on a plane. I don't know for sure, but now any Poshmark orders, because any ground advantage orders from Alaska have to go on a ship to the lower 48. So it was waiting on a ship to come. And she did some digging and found out it's going to take 4 to 6 weeks for her orders to be delivered now. So I'm assuming it would be an issue if you sell to Alaska also. So if I make a sale to Alaska, I will let you guys know what happens. Is anybody here from Alaska, and how has your experience been? I don't know. I mean, maybe that's just a temporary thing until they work things out, hopefully, because that is insane. That's gonna make all of her customers mad. Yeah, feel bad for her. So yeah, those are just a few things that have been happening in the Poshmark shipping world. Well, let me know what you guys think about the Ground Advantage switchover. If you guys have any questions, you can leave them in a comment below and I'll try my best to, figure it out. Or if you guys have crazy stories too, I would love to hear them. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Have a great day. Bye!